Welcome back. We are playing the continuation of Destiny. Now in the Senex system, Captain's sensors are picking up readings of a destroyed Klingon fleet in the area, but there is one remaining ship trying to get a fix on it. It's the It is the Emperor's ship, attempting to hail them now. Come to join the fight, have you? Good! There is no better companion than a Klingon warrior. Note to self, have to pick up hauls. The Breen attacked our group as we attempted to pass through this area. My ship is badly damaged, and we have detected reinforcements inbound. See if you can interrupt them, and my people will try to get this hunk of junk moving again. Okay, so we get to take on the Breen. That's pretty awesome. Didn't want to do that. Oh, I forgot. They've got some pretty wicked. The Breen have some very, very decent tractor beams. However, do not be fooled by the seemingly easy time that we are having against the Breen, because this is only level 21. Things get difficult the higher the level. You got me tracking. You know what? I'm not really caring that much. You are destroyed. I know this isn't a tier 6 ship, but I would love to have this ship. I'm going to keep you stuck right there. That thing is just kind of floating. As you can see, this ship is a little bit more difficult. Oh, it's pink. Those are other Breen vessels that he's already destroyed. There we go, Captain. There's another attack group en route to our position. The Bollock. It is still heavily damaged, so we should expect to do most of the fighting. This ship isn't a bad ship. I think I'd like to keep with this type of ship, but I won't be able to, because once the next level comes around, I will have to change ships for something a little bit more sturdy. The interesting thing about the Breen Confederacy, of course, they first appeared, their first mention was in Star Trek The Next Generation. They were essentially, nobody knew what they looked like. And in an interview, Steve Ira Bear, who was one of who did a great deal here on the Deep Space Nine, said in an interview that he really didn't want to go creating a new universe. So that's one of the reasons why. Very much mysterious. Always kept himself behind mask. There was feeling that they wanted to make him kind of like a very unique, different race. So that's one of the reasons why they had the masks. And they said one inspiration for it was kind of an Arctic wolf look. Oh, I hate those tractor beams. They're sticking. They lock you down. And there was another thing that Stephen Allen there said that was kind of cool. Their voice, which is kind of a metallic sounding voice, actually came from a guitar riff from an album. I think it was a Lou Reed album that he was listening to. I can't remember the name of the album, but that's where that came from. And okay, Breen flagship responsible for destroying the bulk of the fleet is moving this way, so let's show them what it means to be Klingon. Farasin. I'm a Farasin. Before we do that, though, let's science. Anyway, continuing on with the discussion of Breen, something that's very, very interesting as well is there's a novel that came out. Again, I cannot remember what the novel is, but in it, they actually said that the Breen were not one single species, but 5 different species, and each of the different species, they wore the armor because of the fact that they wanted their respect to come from their skills and their abilities instead of their appearances. And there was one of the species was kind of a lupine type creature that was the inspiration from the Arctic wolf type aspect. So that was something that was very, very interesting. There were, as I said, with the 5 different species, there was the Arctic wolf type look, and there was also. We're being hailed by the IKS Batty, Captain. Putting it on screen, main view screen now. Okay. The Breen sent over boarding parties during the last attack. We could use a few more strong warriors. It looks like we're beaming over to now on board, sort of. The Breen are all over this section of the ship, Captain. We should clear them out before we proceed to the bridge. Yeah, there is at later levels, there is a specific mission series that is all about the Breen. But we get a little bit of a look at the Breen here and now. What kind of shield drain or something? So, and like I said before, the Breen, no one's ever seen him, and they kept it that way. But there is something that was brought up on Tumblr. I can't remember who it was that brought up this information. It's very interesting information too. If you recall the episode of Deep Space Nine, because Deep Space Nine is where the Breen really started to get used a lot. I mean, they were introduced as a species in Next Generation, but they were formally introduced in Deep Space Nine with their appearance. They were told not to be... telepaths couldn't read them. Spadazoids and some Vulcans could have difficulty against them. And there were those that that just they were a very difficult species, and no one had ever seen them before. But in the episode where Gul Dukat goes to find his daughter, Zial, it is Kira Nerys and Gul Dukat both dress up in Breen uniforms, in Breen armor, and they end up. It's one of those things where you think, okay, Kira and Gul Dukat both dressed up in Breen armor. That must mean that they know what the Breen look like. They've got to know what the Breen look like. We've got a downed comrade here. Where's Chagrin? Well, there he is. So anyway, Kira and Dukat. Two people that know who, or what, rather, the Breen look like. So we're going this way now. Or perhaps not. There is some Breen that I see, but they are not up there. I think we'll have to go this way. But yes, as I was saying, Kira Nerys and Gul Dukat, they know what the Breen look like. Oh, ow. That's like an ice field that they put you in. Because they say that the Breen homeworld is this cold, inhospitable place. But, again, if you go back to Deep Space Nine... Okay, there are reports of damage to main engineering, Captain. Okay, we got to continue on to main engineering. But before we continue on to main engineering, we've got some things to collect. Anyway, back to Deep Space Nine with the description of the Breen. Wei Yun, who's one of the Vorta... described the Breen homeworld. Because they always say that the Breen wear environmental suits to be able to exist away from their planet, because it's very, very cold on their planet, and they actually find that comfortable. And also, the Breen have no blood. It's also a very interesting thing to take note of. But as Wei Yun said, that the Breen homeworld is actually very, very comfortable. The warp core is going critical, Captain. We need to try to stop the breach. But then again, how can you trust Wei Yun? He had absolutely zero aesthetic qualities about him. By that I don't mean he was like unattractive or anything. I meant he did not know how to be able to judge if something was good or not. Also, poor eyesight. Vorta had poor eyesight. That's how it was. And I always thought that, why don't you just, like, get glasses? Okay, so we got all of these guys that we got to deal with. I think we should probably go this way first before we go anywhere else. We got lots of Breen to shoot. I really can't wait till I get a different pistol, because this pistol is just... Okay, that, I believe, is everybody. Okay, let's go this way. We have to talk to the chief engineer. That's right. Is everybody alive? Yes, seems so. Chief engineer is back this way. Oh, yes. Okay, he's down this hallway. I kind of did some of his work already. Oop, I have to go around the desk, because apparently you cannot... Okay. Thanks for your assistance, Commander, but we don't have the time to enjoy the glory of battle. The Breen have done a significant amount of damage. Screw you. I've been shooting things all the time. The Breen have done a significant amount of damage to the warp core. Containment is failing, and there will be a breach unless we can bypass the damaged conduits. Well then, in that case... we have to go into here, shoot more Breen, and fix the damaged conduits. Okay, are all the Breen shot? No, of course not. Really not a fan of the lock boxes, and to be honest, whether I keep them or not is because you need to use real money. Get the keys in order to open them, or you could wait. Like if you happen to be a gold member, so you're subscribed, you have a monthly subscription to the game. You could actually wait out until the next month until you get like I think it's 500 Zen credits or whatever, and then once you get those, then you can buy some keys, which I think you can get a total of 4, maybe. Ow, ow, ow. Get me the heck up. Thank you. I mean, awesome. I was able to take that guy down, but... Okay, did we do it? Did we get everybody? Everybody dead? Or, as I am wont to say, incapacitated? Okay, I'm not exactly sure where to go from here. Maybe the large glowing section. Bypass the warp core. We have bypassed the damaged conduits, but we will also need to regulate the antimatter flow from the rest of the core if the Bati is ever going to leave this system on its own power. Regulate the power output of the warp drive. Okay, so what do we have to do now? Where do we have to go? Oh, we have to go where that little arrow up there is pointing. I think I would really like to get my hands on another rifle. I wonder if I have one. I mean, I probably do, but it's probably just a crappy rifle. Not going to worry about that then. Okay, I have to go into here. I've already cleared this area. No need to worry. That's done. So we're good. Now I just need to find the right console. Does not appear that it is on this side. So let's go over here. Is that it? No. Of course not. Where is the console that I have to... What am I missing? I have to regulate the power flow output. Tell me I have to regulate the power flow output right at the source. I'm running around. I'm a scientist, not an engineer. Oh, there it is. Okay, regulating flow output. The warp core is now back online and fully functional, Captain. Ship sensors indicate that the remaining Breen boarding parties are attempting to take the bridge. We need to stop them from taking the ship and the Emperor. Okay. Breen boarding parties on the bridge, Captain. I was just told that. We need to protect Emperor Kalis. I was told that too. Okay. Seems like a good enough time to pause and say thank you very much for joining me for this episode of Let's Play Star Trek Online. We'll join you again next time. Don't forget, WordPress, Tumblr, Twitter, down in the description. And if you want, like, comment, or subscribe. And join me again next episode.